Well, tonight we are shining a light on a pressing issue that's affecting families across the country, the devastating impact of fentanyl. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, fentanyl overdoses are far outpacing deaths from other drugs, leaving countless families in grief and uncertainty. Joining us is Dr. Alan Shao, whose deeply personal connection to this issue. Tragically, Dr. Shao lost his son Alan to a fentanyl overdose, and tonight he's sharing his insights and talking about a federal bill that he hopes will lend significant impact in the fight against fentanyl in this country. So, Dr. Shao, we know that you're going to talk about that. You will also tell us about a golf tournament that's happening later this year in May. So all of this designed to build awareness so that lives will be saved. Thank you so much for being in the studio.
Thank you for having me. You know, it's hard to believe that my son passed away a little bit over 2 years ago. And, you know, when I think about that, I think about, okay, during that time that he passed away, there's been close to 200,000 other people in the United States that have also passed away of either drug overdose, more specifically, 70% of them are because of fentanyl. So, you know, we have to do something about that. And certainly Senator Tim Scott, I really applaud, because he has been one of the front runners, I feel, to eradicate fentanyl.
And we want to talk, of course, about this legislation. We did have a chance to reach out to Senator Scott and ask his opinion. He provided us this quote. This is what he said about the legislation regarding fentanyl. It is the Alan Shao II fentanyl legislation, and he said that this is named in honor of his son to remind us that one life lost is one too many, and that we can't continue to sit idly by allowing devastation to rip through our homes. I'm grateful to lead efforts to put an end to this public health crisis and clean up our border. What specifically do you believe is in this legislation that will make an impact on the lives of so many families?
Yeah, you know, I feel like just the fact that it talks about eradicating fentanyl, that it's a national problem. It's an international problem, but certainly in the U.S., it is a huge problem. And it gets senators, it gets politicians talking about it, different ways that we can eradicate fentanyl. And, you know, to Senator Scott's credit, I can tell you, 2 days after my son passed away, he called me and he said, "What can I do? What can I do, Alan?" And I told him, I said, "Look, just spread the word." I said, "We've got to end these deaths. You know, my son passed away, but there's no need for others to pass away." So Senator Scott hopped on it really quickly, and he created the bill, so to his credit.
Dr. Shao, we know what's happening at the federal level. We know what's proposed and other measures perhaps at the state level. But in our homes and in our neighborhoods, what are you recommending that people do as someone who has been devastated by this directly?
You know, I think the biggest thing, the biggest issue is to try to eliminate the stigma of drug addiction and drug overdose. The fact is, drug addicts are not bad people. They have a bad disease. But in reality, I've talked to so many different people who are drug addicts. They don't want to be drug addicts. They have this drug inside of them that doesn't escape them, and the idea of a craving for it, that doesn't make them a bad person. It says we've got a national problem that we've got to solve, and that we need all to get together. And, you know, I'm hoping that, you know, if I could mention the golf tournament.
We absolutely want you to talk about that.
Well, on May 19th at the River Course in Kiowa, that the partners, nicely enough, have given us the course to raise money for drug addiction awareness and prevention. And so on May 19th, which is a Monday, we're going to get people together to play golf. We're still looking for foursomes and sponsorships and auction items to help with that. But you know, can I give a website?
Absolutely. We have the website that's already on the screen for you, Dr.
Oh, wonderful,
Shao.
wonderful. Well, Allen2legacy.org. It's Alan 2 because my son was Alan II, and it's in honor of him. But it's really to save lives. We are so many of those thousands, hundreds of thousands. I realized that over the last 12 months, from I think it was October to September of last year, that drug addiction has dropped down, overdoses have dropped down 24%, but still hundreds of thousands of people are dying, so we've got to do something about it.
Dr. Alan Shao, thank you so much for sharing this message. And once again, we look forward to seeing you in May at the Memorial Golf Tournament for your son. There will be golf played early in the day, and then some important conversations happening later that day.
And there's going to be an excellent MC there, and that's you. So thank you
Oh,
so
I
much for doing
appreciate it.
that.
Thank you so much. We
you.
appreciate your kindness and also sharing this important message.
Thanks.
And we also want to remind you that an hour-long special titled The Next Generation Breaking Fentanyl's Grip, airing in all local Nexstar markets, we'll hear some heartbreaking stories of families who've been directly impacted by this crisis. Dr. Shao, again, we appreciate you sharing your story with us. Stay with us. More of News 2 at 4 after a quick break.